Oh yeah, welcome back to my Let's Play Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. I haven't really had much of a chance to play it over the last couple of days, but I'm hoping to get a bit done today. We left off at Firelink Shrine. I gave a brief explanation on what it was like, but just going to run around and grab some of the items that are scattered around. There's a few scattered around, I think. Just run up here quick. Fail. Right, I'll show you a couple of secret items. If you just run up here, past the guy with the mace. Around here. See, there's an item there. If you look just down there, you can see there's a chest in between the two, right there. If you do a quick run and jump, you'll make it down the bottom there with pretty much no damage. Grab all the items. Now these ones are quite handy. Homeward Bone. They let you teleport back to the last bonfire that you rested at, so they're pretty awesome. Make sure I got those equipped now. Right, I'm going to do a kamikaze run through the cemetery to grab a weapon that I'm going to use for this build. Big two-handed sword. It's quite strong, but if I tried to fight these skeletons, they'd probably end up killing me. So I'm just going to sprint. Grab the weapon. Yep. Get to a bit of safety. Use the Homeward Bone. Get away from the big skelly. Alright, if you rest at a bonfire, it resets the positioning of the enemies. So yeah, that's pretty good. Saves them running down. I think they can run down, I'm not sure. Just going to take another quick detour. There's an item which is pretty handy. I'll show you what it is when we get it. Press a little button in the middle. Down it goes. Right, because I'm going to Homeward Bone back, I'll send the lift back up for the next time I come here. There's a few items scattered around in this area too. I think there's one down there. If you've got the master key, you can unlock this door up here. It takes you to quite an advanced area, but I'm literally just popping my head in here to grab that soul. There's a load of hollow enemies scattered around this area. They die pretty quickly. They don't really do much fighting back. Down here is the first blacksmith that you can encounter. He's got a bit of script telling you about where he's from and stuff like that, why he's behind those bars. I'm not going to play into it now, but if you get past his script, you notice that he's got quite a few options you can choose. You can purchase items from him. He sells a couple of spells. Spells aren't going to be massively important for this build, even though it's an intelligence build. But he can reinforce your weapons if you've got the right equipment. The right resources to do it. You notice that, like my battle axe, for instance, requires 200 souls and 1 titanite shard. Same goes for the sword. As you increase the level, you need more of the resources, and when you get to certain points during the upgrade, they need other items instead of the titanite shards. You can upgrade armor as well. Modifying equipment. That's if you want to change the type of weapon that you've got. You know, like at the moment, all of the weapons that you'll find are just standard damage, but you can change them so that they do fire damage, divine damage, lightning damage, stuff like that. So we're going to kill all these, 3 souls. The weapon's pretty useless for me. Right, this area down here is the detour that I wanted to take. There's an item just down here called a Firekeeper's Soul. What it does is you give it to a Firekeeper, and they increase the effectiveness of your healing potion thing, the Estus Flask. This area is extremely advanced. The enemies, you can't actually hit the enemies. Don't know why I did that. You can't hit the enemies unless you use these items here, Transient Curse. I'm not actually going to bother trying to hit them. I'm literally just going to grab the soul and get the hell out. It can be quite tricky, and you get overpowered by the ghosts if you're not paying attention. But if you just look around here, you can see the item at the end of the walkway. As you run down, the ghosts will appear. If you're not careful, this part you can fall off. Just literally grab it, use the homeward bone, get out before they hit you. And there's a win. Right, now after you've picked up that item, if you just run down here, in the hole in the wall there's the Firekeeper. She can't speak. There is a backstory to her, but I don't really know what it is. Click to reinforce the Estus Flask. You'll give her the Firekeeper's Soul. And you notice now at the bottom it says Estus Flask +1. Just means it will give me more healing. Right, I think that's about it for this area. Right, gonna move on. Throughout most of these videos, I'm not going to bother explaining too much as I'm fighting, you know, like details. But if there's a situation that involves a little bit more explanation, then I'll take the time and tell you. Like this part here, for instance. You notice there was an enemy at the bottom that I didn't fight. That was because I wanted to kill the guy that throws the fire bombs above. Otherwise, you can get him thrown at you while you're trying to kill this guy. Alright, if you take a jump over there, you can grab an item. It's a ring. It's called the Ring of Sacrifice. What it does is when you die, normally you would lose all of the souls in your counter, but it allows you to keep all of your souls and get teleported back to the bonfire when you die. So it's not particularly handy. I don't use them really, but just an explanation for you as to what I do. Now this is the next area. It's called the Undead Burg. Same types of enemies in here. Just fight your way through these. Before you go through the fog gate though, you see there's an item just down there. If you smash these barrels, you can jump down. Fight some enemies. Run back up in there, and I think there's another soul. As you go through the game, you'll find a lot of these extra paths that you don't particularly need to go down, so it's worth exploring areas as you go. That's it for this part. Let's go through the fog gate. A thing to do on this bit, I mean that can't hurt you, so don't panic. But on this part here, you know, it says an archer at the top. If you make all these enemies come down to you, you haven't got to worry about the archer shooting you while you're fighting. He dropped a piece of armour. I don't know if the armour's better than I've got. Take a look in a sec. If you open this door there, there's a shield around there. Take a quick look at that cloth. It's not as good. It's got a little bit more poise, but I'm not really that fussed about it. Smash these barrel boxes. Make it down here. There's a guy just behind this. Well, this guy here is the Undead Merchant. He sells a couple of handy items, but before I buy anything from him, I'm just going to equip all of the soul items that I've found. Increase my soul counter. Oh, I've got a decent amount of souls now. Don't think I've got any more. No.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Silly bit of script. With this guy, the residence key, it's quite good for a little bit later on. Even though we picked the master key, there's certain doors that it can't open that are scattered around this area, but the residence key can open them up. Something else to buy is the bottomless box. I'll explain what that does when we get to the next bonfire. Just as a tip for you, if you grab yourself a short bow and I don't know, maybe 100 wooden arrows. 100 is probably too many, but it's they don't cost much.
Thank you, Cut.
Alright, now I'm going to kill him because I don't need him. Grab some extra souls, and he drops a weapon. Even though I can't use the weapon, I just want it. Just Don't give him a chance to hit you.
I'll teach you.
Nice and easy.
Find me.
It drops the Uchi Katana. A decent weapon if you're using the Dex build, but I'm going strength in, so there's no reason for me to have it. Aside from the fact that I just want it. If you jump just over there, you can get into this little area up there. I've never used a crossbow, so I don't know what they're like really. But yeah, if you, I don't think you can jump back. No. This takes you back a little bit further, but not too far. No, here's the next bonfire. Make sure I've got no items equipped. Right. You notice now I've got the access to the bottomless box. You click on it, it's a storage container, so you can store all the items that you want to save or you don't really want to use. So yeah, I'm just going to store some of the crap that I don't need. Keep all of those. Alright. Now I'm just going to level up. If you notice just quickly, I bought a short bow. I need 12 dexterity to be able to use the short bow. Now because I'm not actually using dexterity for this build, I'm literally just going to level up with the requirement for that to 12. The rest of the points are going to go on strength for now, just so I can use the bow. If you equip the arrows and the bow in your secondary slot, you notice there's like a little quiver on my back now. I can use the right direction or whatever quick slot key you've got for swapping your right hand weapon, and I can equip the bow. Right, like I said before, when you rest at a bonfire, it resets the enemies, so some of these have come back. I'm just going to literally sprint through there, kill a couple of these, because if I press forward without killing them, they can follow up behind me. That should be enough. Next section is run across the bridge because there's people throwing firebombs above. Try and dispatch these guys before the guy breaks through the door on the left. Makes your life a lot easier. Black firebombs are slightly stronger than standard firebombs, but I don't use them either way. Pop the hill. And when you get up here, there's a guy that's throwing firebombs. If you run around these enemies and... oh, I got hit by it, but you can do that without being hit. Right, that's good. Pop my head up here. This is where the guys were throwing the firebombs from below. before you press forward, if you go up here, there's a guy with a crossbow. He can shoot you as you're running around, so it's worth just getting rid of him. Oh, no. This door here, you notice you'll use the residence key that you bought from the merchant to open the door. There's a pretty handy item in here. Gold pine resin. What the gold pine resin does is imbues your weapon with the power of lightning. Increases your attack power by quite a lot. It's going to be handy for the next boss encounter because I want to kill him quickly. Right, there's an enemy down here called the Black Knight. There's a couple of them scattered around the game. They're extremely strong. They can be dealt with quite easily if you know how to parry properly. But I'm not going to risk it for now. I just want to get the boss out of the way. But I'll make an extra video of me coming back to do the extra little bits that are scattered around this place. Walk a bit further up there. The guy will light the barrel. Chuck it down here. Easily killed. Right, there's a door straight ahead here. You can open it using the master key. It's only openable using the master key, or if you open it from the other side. There's a guy down the bottom who's extremely strong, but he drops an awesome ring, which I do want for this build. But again, I'm going to do that after I've killed the boss, when I come back through this area. If you smash this barrel here, crystal lizard will come out. Kill him. He drops. Ooh, Titanite chunk is quite a rare item at this point in the game. He drops usually twinkling Titanite, which you use to upgrade weapons and armor that you get from enemies. But he dropped a Titanite chunk, which is the third level item required for increasing a weapon's stats above level 10, I believe. Right, this is the actual boss room. But there's a bit of preparation you can do before you fight the boss. If you pop up here, you notice there's a couple of guys. If you decide to fight the boss on the bridge, they actually attack you while you're fighting. Just get them out of the way. Make sure you've got your gold pine resin equipped. Doesn't matter what slot you've got it in if you've only got 2 items, but I'm just going to put it in the next one. Just pop a heal. Right, now as you're walking down the bridge, if you pay attention to the opposite tower, you can see the boss jumps up from the tower. When you see him, if you just run back and climb up the ladder, he'll make a run for you. He usually attacks before he gets to you. Use the gold pine resin on the axe. Two-hand it. Nice big plunge and attack. Couple of cheeky hits. Down he goes. Well, see, now he gave me a homeward bone. I could just run back through the area, but to save me running, I'm just going to use the homeward bone. You could press on at this point, but like I said, I want to just do some extra bits in this area before I move forward. Rest at the bonfire. Didn't really need to do that, but it resets the enemies. I can grab the extra souls. So yeah, I'm going to leave this video here for now. That's the Taurus demon, which is the first real boss dead. And I'll post another video soon. Okay, thanks for watching.